Hello, 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 Geminis. I gotta move my chair back a little bit. And plus, it's sort of creaky. Oh, welcome, welcome. So, you've come to my YouTube channel. My name is Patti, and I am an empath that does intuitive tarot as well as intuitive coaching. I have a hair in my eye. Don't you just hate when that happens? Anyway, so hopefully it'll work its way out. So I hope that you enjoy the channel and get something that resonates with you out of it. You will find that I do intermix the planets. I do intermix what the divine is bringing in for me for you guys. I'm just the conduit. But if there is any time that you would like to have a one-on-one tarot reading, or if you would like some coaching, it is coaching from wisdom, more spiritual than it is secular, so that is available. But you can go to the websites, either Get Balanced or either one. They can join on the same one and check out that too. Or Nutrition and Fitness, that's also there too for you. So we're going to get started. This is the 18th through the 24th of January for this week. There's no, I can't even shuffle today. There's no full moon or new moon this week. That is going to be next week for this reading. However, I'm going to share with you that the videos that I did this week, I was just speaking to somebody with also gifts and abilities that we were just talking about how the divine works, and it's very interesting that I did a video on fear last week and did one on communication this week. And these were divine directed. I was asked to do them by a divine, and I didn't understand why until this week, towards just yesterday, that the theme that the divine is working on is about fear, and fear in communication, fear in sharing, fear in truthfulness, and things like that. And then the planets just sort of rectified that as well, just way that things are going for the planets. So the planets are about, and the energies from Capricorn to Aquarius is about getting rid of something, death, and rebirth. So we are actually getting rid of junk, and then we're having a rebirth. So it's very interesting to watch all of this happen together. So let's get started. So the first oracle that's coming out is about the current energy, and that is for this week, the 18th through the 24th. The next card coming out, the next oracle, is about the movement into the next week. So we'll see. But I'm going to tell you right now, these two cards that have been coming out, and then I'll pull an oracle at the very end of the reading, and that is for the universe. All right. But these two cards that I'm pulling together right now are basically energies that, yeah, I just said that. Energies that have actually been melding together. So the divine is actually working more in the current, not so much the future. He's really focusing in on what we're doing right now, this minute, because I don't know what's coming. And he obviously does. So we need to really focus in on the moment. So the first card out is the Wind Fairy. So it's about your thoughts, words, intellectual, and analysis. And I'll read that from the artist because I'm not quite sure where she's coming with that. I get an idea, but where her thought is on that. And then the second energy coming out is letting go. What did I just say? We got to let go. We got to let things we're afraid to let go. Fear is really a big thing of letting go. And this even came up with the Libras. Is very, very fearful of letting go of things. So, and then we're looking at the numerology for the Wind Fairy. That's the 11 is the actually, and so it ends up being 2 in numerology, which is about partnership, or you can actually have, separation or balance. So we have one of those things that are going on. So what is it in our thought process, our words, our intellect that we're trying to bring into balance? And then we also have the numerology of 8 in letting go. If you look at that on there, and that's about rewards and progress. Most of the time it's progress. So let's see what she says about that. And we'll go forward with that. So we have the Wind Fairy. I'm not a fairy person, but I sure like her art. Okay, so The wind fairy whispers that the power of thought manifests the unseen into the physical. Take time to observe your predominant thoughts. Are they positive? Do they reflect empowering concepts? Or are they negative and disempowering? When you tune in to how your mind is focused, you will surely see the relationships between your environment and the thoughts that you're thinking. To change the world of the outer conditions, you must first change the way that you think. The wind fairy also reminds you of the power of intellect, as this is a good time to use the power of, of your analytical mind. Think before you act. This is not the time to be impulsive. A well thought out strategy will yield positive results, which I teach in Get Balanced 2020 all the time. It is your thought process, but a lot of the times our thought process gets broken, even when we're toddlers. And then we have a warped thought process that we grow up thinking that's the normal, which there is no real normal, but in a way that we are picking and choosing and making the wrong decisions, or picking the wrong guy, or picking the wrong girl. It's because of the way we're processing, that we need to change that process, transform it into a healthier process. So it is a mindset that we create, and that's why letting go is really hard for a lot of people, because their mindset cannot release toxic or bad things, or things that don't work in their favor. I don't like to say bad things, but things that are not working in their favor for a higher vibration success and all that kind of stuff. So they're afraid to let go of that because it's out of their comfort zone. A lot of people do not want to leave their comfort zone. Um, oh my gosh, I can't make this up. But it is very, very true, that they just, if they were allowed to go outside the box, you'd be amazed at the different opportunities that you would gain. Because your your first card out, is just exactly that. The Four of Pentacles, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. Then we have the Ten of Wands, which is about burdens or heavy loads, or carrying a heavy load. And this again, I'm telling you, I can't make this up. The divine is really hot this week. Is that letting go? In order to let go, oh, I should have turned that on. Sorry about that. There we go. It's a little bit better. But letting go is something that we need to do, in order for that process to move forward. It's like the energies of 2020 is in Capricorn, and we're carrying that into Aquarius, which is moving forward. But Aquarius is having a hard time moving forward because we got a ball and chain of 2020. And it's not going to change because we can't seem to get rid of that. There's also repercussions and accountability and responsibility that we have to happen so that we can let go. So whatever's happening in your world right now, it's your thought process, it's your words, it's your intellect, it's your thinking. And it's like it needs to transform from this cocoon, from this caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly. It's not in the butterfly stage. It's like in the cocoon stage right now. And what it's happening is because we're carrying so much of that and not letting go, we are creating our own burden. We're creating our own ball and chain, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does or who that's for. And for those of you, if this begins to resonate with you, and you're like, I want to change, I want that to happen, not tooting my own horn or anything like that, but there is a lot of coaching places out there, but all my videos are free on Get Balanced 2020. Just shoot over to Get Balanced 2020, YouTube, Get Balanced 2020, and all those videos are free for you. They're just basically mindset, transforming mindset, nutrition and fitness, spiritual mindset, those kind of things. It's all for you to learn. That's it. That's all. It's all free. So there's something coming up, because we have the burden, but we have the Three of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is about not only communication, but the Eight of Wands is sort of like the desire of your soul. The Three of Cups is about desires and accomplishment, and something is acknowledged, and there's a very happy thing about it because it's released, it's celebration, it's coming together, and we're looking at both of these because with the communication with the Eight of Wands, that is very fast moving. So something very fast is coming toward you or going away. And that is going to have to be about letting go of something, releasing something. Um, and this may have some monetary value to you, but it's not doing you any service or any good right now. I don't know who that's for. So I don't know if that's a message coming towards you or you're giving it to somebody, say, hey, we need to sell this. You know, they're no longer around. Maybe it's a sentimental thing from somebody who's passed. They're no longer around. We need to move. We need to declutter, that kind of stuff. Sort of like that kind of an energy. But this is actually something of the heart, and it is going to take away some of that burden that's coming. But if you don't let go of stuff, that burden's going to stay there for somebody. The communication for another energy, though, is how you're speaking and how you're trying to get your point and words across. It's almost like a Virgo energy. This is somebody who's trying to be able to look deep into something and not being able to articulate it. And this somebody is also very earthbound, very earthbound. I don't know who that is there. Boy, lots of wands. Lots of wands. Yes. So we have the ace. There's a seed being planted. We have the ace of wands. We have the fool. Something very, very brand new. Did I lose connection? Did I lose connection? Hey, if somebody's out there watching, can they tell me if they can see? It's showing me that I've lost connection. If there's anybody out there, the YouTube is not receiving. Yeah, if anybody's out there, can you just let me know? I can see you or something, or everything's okay. I'm just going to keep going otherwise. We have the Ace of Wands, the Fool, which is about newness. So these two cards together is about newness. It's about planting. It's about something coming to you that is possibly new. This is a fresh and new start and new beginning, but it's going to have to take a change in your mindset. So for somebody, this mindset is needing to change from an earth base to a spiritual base, because the emperor is all about wisdom, not knowledge. So the emperor actually goes to spiritual knowledge rather than earthly knowledge. And this is something where it has to change. I don't know who that's for. And the reason why it has to go to wisdom rather than knowledge, that is because it's a higher level, higher self. So maybe somebody's at that cocoon stage ready to go to a butterfly, but they can't get to that butterfly because they're not letting go of an old way of thinking, whatever that is. Or letting go of an old love, or a lover, or a husband, ex-husband, or, you know, or whatever's tethering you to another person. You just got to get the scissors and cut it. I see a line between two people. I just want to take my scissors and cut it, because it's not a healthy thing, because you can't move forward. I don't know who that's for. All right. So let's see here. Somebody also I don't call addictions, I call them strongholds. So somebody's actually deciding to maybe get some help with a stronghold, whether it be alcohol, drugs, sexual addiction, whatever it is, you know, pornography, whatever, that there's a struggle here. And it seems like this new seed of wanting to change, a new way of life, a new way of doing something is coming. It's just that you are having a hard time articulating it because of fear. And again, there's that fear video. I don't know why the divine has got fear as the theme, but This is, you're analyzing, all the stuff you'll have to go through. Just face it, get it over with, and you're going to feel a million times better, whoever this is. And the thing is, if it is somebody in a stronghold of some type of, if, earthly calls it addiction, divine calls it stronghold, because it's a stronghold between, it's a spiritual battle is what it is. And then we lose ourselves because we tend to fall way of the earth ways, and we fight the spiritual way of, there's healing, you don't need it, kind of a thing. So that's why that's why when you see a lot of people go through recovery, that has to do with a lot of people come out now either believing in some faith or another, because that's what's got them through. Literally, that's what's got them through. Or somebody who's gone to prison or whatever, and they come out, and they believe now in God and stuff like that, because they've had the time to really research and really listen for that intuition and that inner voice. All right. So we have the Lover's card in reverse. We have the Seven of Wands. A lot of wands. Everything's wands here. And the Five of Swords. So the reverse of Lovers, this is not the time to get involved in a relationship. This is not a time. This is something that you need some healing to let go first. You need to work in your singleness, whatever that is for you. Heal in your singleness before you bring that negative or that ball and chain into another relationship. So this is not the time to do that. You need to stand up for yourself, figure yourself out, and that's what the Seven of Wands is doing. And somebody's like, and I don't know if this is about the stronghold or if this is about trying to do some self-examination, because somebody is definitely telling themselves the wrong things. It's very, somebody's got really more of a selfish thought process, because when we look at the Five of Swords, we see more of somebody who's self-centered, somebody who's in it for themselves, somebody, and they're trying to stand up for themselves. However, are they standing up for the right reasons? Because again, this is a thought process. This is something that is broken here in this thought process. It's not, and you know what, people, I am tired of hearing the narcissistic that is not actually, what do you call that? Diagnosed as narcissistic. It's self-centered. Majority of it is self-centered. Narcissistic is really a serious thing, and people shouldn't use that word so lightly. But this is more of a self-centered behavior for somebody, and that may be you, or maybe somebody coming to you or away from you or whatever. So that is actually something that you might be coming across this week. Geminis. Something new. There is something definitely new just waiting to come in. And it wants to come in fast. So what are you holding back? What is it that you're holding back? What is it that you're fearful to move forward? Yes. So acknowledge what that fear is. Acknowledge the fear so that you can have this. This is the second time. This is the second time to celebrate with somebody about something that you're letting go and getting over or releasing or something. This is definitely something that you are trying to let go of. And there is a celebration here. Or there's possibly a toxic relationship that you're trying to let go of as well. Sometimes we tell, thank you. So sometimes we tell ourselves the wrong things. So like I was just speaking to somebody about a situation that their friend is in, and they don't believe they're going through an abusive relationship, but they're very, very much in a toxic relationship. So sometimes we can talk ourselves into a fantasy that isn't real. That's not a healthy way to think. If I'm in an abuse, if somebody's hitting me or got a shotgun in my face, that's abuse. And if that's what you're saying, that, oh, it's not abusive, he can't help it, he was drinking, blah blah blah, that's a toxic way of giving excuses for somebody's bad behavior, poor behavior. So that is self-talking of fantasy and unrealistic. There's something really sort of broken there that has to get back to the roots and the foundation. Again, back to 2020, we're dragging it in again. So that's, to the roots and the foundation of that. All right. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. So I'm not going to do anything about love on this, just because the divine says no. Somebody has to work in their singleness, and that there is something new coming. However, you got to let the past go. If you want that new love, you've got to let the past go, and somebody's got to look more towards a divine intervention. Because that's coming. There is the divine intervention there. Wisdom, guidance, all that kind of stuff. So be ready. Too many cards. Come on, guys. Too many cards. Too many cards. So you have to be ready. And again, there's always help out there to help you, because there's some newness. And you have to acknowledge it. That's the first part, is acknowledging, because what other thing that you don't have, if you don't acknowledge, is denial. And denial, if you deny something, then you've got a long way to go. Sort of like that, my friend, saying that they're not in an abusive relationship when the guy's pointing a loaded shotgun in your face. How is that not abusive? So there is something wrong with that kind of thought process. Where is your thought process at right now? This is what we need to be looking at. Where is your thought process right now? Where is it? Where is it that needs to be tweaked a little bit? That cocoon can grow into a butterfly. Because right now, staying in the cocoon until something is definitely let go. All right. All right. Is there anything else, divine? Anybody on the other side that wants to share anything? Before I go to the universe. 9 of Wands. Again, we have the 9 of Wands, and then we have the 10 of Wands. So burdens, heavy burdens, a lot of communication, and that seed planting has to be something you're telling yourself. What do you want? Something's coming fast. It's something new, something exciting, really exciting. You just acknowledging to self, though, is really huge. Acknowledging to self is really huge. Because that's then you got to, if you have to talk truth to yourself, that can be scary for some things. Very fearful to do that. So maybe look into that for yourself. What is it that you need to speak the truth about? Because that's where that fear video comes at. Yeah, it's trying to come together. It is trying to come together. You're stopping it. So just remember that whatever it is that is trying to come together, you have to let go, whatever it is that you need to let go to make some more room for things to move forward. And also, too, if you're questioning your intuition or questioning your belief in a higher power or a power on the other side, it's here. You just got to believe in it. Once you begin to believe in it, you can actually get that cocoon out of and moving into a butterfly. But that's up to you what that higher power is, whether you call it God, divine, spirit, universe, or whatever. There is a higher power. So once you start believing that, and then your burden's going to drop. Your first card out, burden. Oh, actually, you didn't have the first card out. First card out was let go, and then burden. Then you can release that. You can release that. Okay, Geminis. Wow. There's a lot of work to do here. So again, if you haven't watched the fear video or the communication video or even the new moon video, because all those three, it's really strange how Divine has had me do those in the last 2 weeks and how he's working behind the scenes. If you watch those, maybe it will resonate with you, what you're going through or your challenge is or what you're trying to do or get to, and let go and bring some new stuff in. Because when I sat down, and I didn't watch all of them, but I was just blown away at how I went back and I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't even know. Because sometimes I lose and I'm into the divine zone. And so he will just put stuff out that I don't even know. And I look back and I'm like, I see why you did all this now. It's very interesting. So it is a journey. It is something that he is trying to have not only Geminis to go through, but all of the signs. He's preparing us for something. I don't know what. I have an idea. That's all I know. But you know what? He can do a switchback. So really pay attention to your inner self this week, what you're saying, what you're doing, because words have power. And again, that's what this is. It's all about your words. It's about your energy, what you're putting out. If you want love, you've got to put it out. It's a law of attraction. If you want, lots of money, you got to put that out and say, hey, how do I learn? How do I educate? And let that wisdom come in. It's not earth knowledge, it's wisdom. How do I go about? Where do I go? What do I do? He will put the people and the places and everything in order for it. But it's not time to think of a relationship if you're single. This is not the time. It's trying to get your singleness right on your path. And then he's going to bring somebody in. Don't know who that is, but he's got some newness and a plan here of bringing something new coming in. All right. So I hope this was something that resonated with you, and please like, share, subscribe. Bring a friend next time. Subscribe. Remember to hit the bell, because I'm having people say, "Well, I'm not on. You're not on live." You have to hit the bell to be notified, I guess, to see if I am on live or if I've uploaded live. So please go ahead and do that. And I hope to see you on the 18th through the 25th, and we're going to have a new full moon that week, so I will be doing a full moon reading that week too, so you want to hit the bell. All right, we will talk to you later. Take care, Geminis. Love you.